All right, now we're with chapter 29, Bedtime. Father, Forrest cried, what are you doing here? What indeed, Master Harper shot back. I should be home resting my aching back is where I should be, but your mother wouldn't let me be for worrying about you. 'Tis almost 9 o'clock. Did she not tell you to return straight home tonight? Forrest bit down on his lip. Aye, he mumbled, she did. Don't be too hard on the boy, Master Thomas interrupted, for in truth we encouraged him to come back and entertain us with his magnificent pet. We just heard the bird speak, Warder Marsh exclaimed. Speak? Master Harper repeated. He raised his lantern beside Tuck. The bird just said King George, clear as you please, Warder Thomas told him. Master Harper's face softened as he turned to Forrest. So you've finally gotten him to speak. But I fear your mother won't be as impressed as I. Come along now, son. I think you've had enough excitement for one night. We'd best get home and to bed. Master Harper bade the warders good night, but as he and Forrest walked back to the cottage, Forrest's mind was racing frantically. How could he go to bed? It was almost 9 o'clock, and the Scots' rendezvous at the King's Stairs was at 9:30. And where was Ned? Had he made it back to the shed, or was he waiting in the shadows? The one thing Forrest was certain of was that he could not go to bed. Father, may I sleep in the shed tonight? Forrest pleaded. I'm sure I could get Tuck to say more if I could only stay with him for a little longer. If he spoke tonight, he most likely will do the same tomorrow, his father pointed out. Maybe, but 'tis just that I've been working so long with him, trying to get him to speak, Forrest persisted. And now that he finally has, perhaps he will do more tonight. I can understand your desire to stay with him, his father said, smiling, as the light from their cottage came into view. But I dare say your mother won't approve. She's sure to worry about the catching a chill, or a pox, or some other ill humor. I will sleep in the straw, and there's a blanket there besides. Oh, please, Father, do let me, Forrest begged. Well, all right, Father sighed as he stepped beside the shed door. I'll speak to your mother, but if it turns too cold, you must come into the house. Thank you, Father, Forrest sighed with relief. I shall expect you up early as usual to do your chores, his father insisted as he handed him the lantern. I will be, Forrest promised. He watched as the Ravenmaster walked toward the cottage. Then he put his free hand on the wooden latch of the shed door and was about to lift it when he heard his father call, Oh, and son! Forrest's hand froze on the latch. He lifted the lantern, but his father's figure had disappeared into the fog. Yes, Father? He called into the darkness. You've done a fine job with Tuck, his father answered. Fine job indeed. Thank you, Father, he called back. He held his breath as he listened for the sound of the cottage door opening and closing before he lifted the latch and stepped into the shed. Has Ned come back? He asked Maddy as he freed her from the barrel. No, no one has come. I saw him leave the bloody tower, Forrest said. He should have been here by now. There's a wicked fog tonight, Maddy said. What if he's lost his way? Or was stopped, Forrest whispered. The long silence followed, for neither of them wanted to imagine that.